Hello guys, glad to have you on board again today. As you know, it's holiday in France, or not necessarily, but still I'm spending the day with my son. So I'm making a very quick kind of an express podcast today, just so you guys have something to work with. Even though normally you should be pretty much able to handle yourself alone and trade autonomously. Anyway, you still have the experts in the Discord to support you if you have any doubts. I'm still there as well, but I'm just handling the messages with the phone, which means I can expect some delay to get some answers. I'm trying to guide you anyway into interesting scenarios I'm having a look at. And I'm going to try summing up those informations today in a very quick break, in a very quick show today, just probably 15 minutes at best. So we're going to take care of just the essentials and let's get it fucking started. This is really absolutely wicked. So this is what we've got. This is the monthly candle close as today with the 31st. So this is definitely a monthly candle close that's going to happen tonight. And have a look at this, how beautiful that is. We've got a momentum signal with a price okay. The bullish, I don't know why sine wave isn't showing up yet, but I think sine wave should be pretty much accordingly bearish. So you can consider sine wave okay as well. So if we have something like that, it's a bearish engulfing structure with a price signal and a momentum validation, which means it's a fucking monthly selling signal. You rarely have those, and when you have them, it generally means the recession is down the corner. So if we do have monthly selling signal, you definitely don't want to be holding any buying entries in those markets. You most likely want to sell every pullback we could have available. That doesn't mean this is the end of the world coming along the way. All it says is that obviously some problems will show up, debt problems, VIX problem, whatever the fuck this is. It's just that when we're late stage trending, this is where we look at what we left behind, and this is where we start digging into the shit, and obviously we'll find some problems whenever we'll start searching. So it's not really the problem, all right? So just bear that in mind. Make sure that monthly chart scenarios, remember that normally a cycle is tending to last approximately 15 to 20 bars. So just imagine how long this is. 20 fucking monthly bars. So we're taking care of scenarios that probably will take 2 years to process. So it's not that we need to sell just by tomorrow for the endless crash of this world. So no, it's not how it works. It's just you bear that in mind, the back of your head. This is background scenarios. So you favor sellings right now and until further notice if you are a swing trader. You forget about all the shit that the central bankers will have it under control and stuff like that. That also tells us that something goes absolutely wrong with that scenario. So we're going to try trading against those guys. Like I said, the plunge protection team is definitely at work. They're going to do anything they can to prevent this from happening. But what I care is for them to fail, which is normally what I expect them to do. Anyway, in a daily chart perspective, what the fuck do you do with that? You cannot really do any fucking thing in this area. I tend to say this today's session is going to be tricky. First of all, because monthly candle close, so it could be some erratic price behavior. And moreover, what we have in here is a very low volume area. Like we've got 3 low volume area, one in here, and one in there. So we're trading the in-between one. And I definitely think that this one is the most interesting one that we're going to get to in a further away in time, but still at the moment we need to break down this one. Are we going to be doing this just today? I think it requires some bearish catalyst. The momentum itself suggests it's very likely going to happen, but still, do you want to be selling a support before it has broken down? I don't teach you guys to do such things. So watch out for this support area. I don't nearly think the bears should profit take on this support. All I think is that the bulls should stay away today. Or if you want to be very aggressive, then just make sure you've got tiny position sizings because it can go out of control at any time. Just a Trump tweet, whatever the fuck this is, or Chinese move, or whatever. So this thing is very fragile. It can break down easily. But the question is it really going to? I would say, I don't know. It's a 50-50 game. So do you really want to sell a support before it has broken down? My answer will definitely be stay the fuck away. So in an intraday perspective, you need to have a look at this kind of stuff. You know what it is. This is a bearish range, all right? So as you can see, anytime we're retracing, we're barely, oh, in here we got overlapping, so this could look like a trend actually. So the reason why you really want to be staying away. You've got the breakdown in here. This is where I decided to take my stop losses, obviously, because things are getting out of control. So as for now, we could be potentially diverging, all right? So kind of going there today and looking for a divergence. But still, do you really want to buy that shit just like that? I'd say no way. So you let the bearish position open, the one we got on the top. And moreover, if we do get to close like that today, with the monthly fucking signal being validated with a candle close, then you can be damn sure that the selling entries I've got in here, I'm going to hold them for 2 years. I'm definitely going to take them for the monthly charts, which means I'll have the fucking market top. That's the thing, all right? So the problem is I don't necessarily know if the monthly candle close will hold like that. But if it does, you can be damn sure I'm going to hold those positions in a way longer perspective just to try playing this monthly scenario. Anyway, so for the bears, I suggest if you got those top market positions or any position with higher valuations, this is what you want to do today. Do absolutely no fucking thing unless we get to the 38% Fibonacci area, in which you want to look out for a 1 hour to 4 hour signal to profit take, partial profit take. At least 50% needs to be taken off the table for a simple reason: we might have some pullbacks and you just want to be selling those pullbacks. Otherwise, you will still be able to reinforce later on. So just don't forget that a gain is just a pending gain. It's a growth position unless you profit take. So an actual gain is actually a gain when you take it in your account. Simple as that. So don't forget to profit take. Don't forget that a partial profit take still lets you in the market, but still you're locking on some gains, which is absolutely necessary. Anyway, I need to do fast today. So this is the other stuff I'm looking at right now. The Nikkei is falling like shit. We've got the Eurobond still acting pretty fucking weird. We still have a reverse yield curve and it's increasing. The reversing is now 20 fucking base point, so it's enormous. Bitcoins are falling back to support area, and that's not to surprise me, obviously. So the trade is now validated. I told you yesterday I'm reinforcing my fucking positions because things are getting out of control for the bulls. So they have pretty much no other choice. Just have a look at what it looks like in daily chart. Do you really think this is a beautiful parabolic move? No, we're getting out of fucking control. We've got the exit signal, so the bulls are out. The parabolic scheme is collapsing, so you don't want to be a buyer in that shit anymore. That doesn't mean you want to be selling hard and risking your entire money on this. It's just that, yes, you want to be a seller more than being a buyer. We're getting below support level in here. We're closing daily there. So yes, I think the collapse is down the way. That doesn't mean this thing will go making new lows. All it says is that we're going to consolidate for quite a long time right now. So let it go. It's going to be long and painful for the buyers. So just make sure you're not among them. That's all I care about, or at least if you are, I'm still a buyer once again. But the thing is that you want to be locking on some gains in this area and waiting for further retracement to buy again. All right, it's just buy and holders who can buy. Those who are buying fucking resistances are just dumb assholes who want to think that this thing is going to the moon once again, which it probably won't. The gold WTI, euro dollar, every of those shits, everyone is just linked to the dollar. The dollar scenario I'm closely having a look at today, because if we do make a reversal structure in here, like bam, yesterday, nice upper shadow candle after a big blue Morobozu. So if we got a red one today, that's a good fucking sign for the weekly candle close, which means this is what we have. If we do have another bearish candle close below that level, I think the next one is going to be the next big brutal bearish reactivation on the dollar. Kind of a big red Morobozu coming straight along to 96 support next week if we do have another rejection of this level. Obviously, if we don't, and if we close higher than previous week's open, then obviously I will need to get the fuck out. As for now, it still sounds good to me. We're working around this area, and I think we're very likely going to break it down. Look at this. Either in 4-hour chart time frame and 1 hour, we've got bearish odds in this range being alerted. So we definitely want to favor, slightly favoring the bearish entries. This is the reason why I gave you a speculative area to trade in there. So far we're trading the support trend channel. So we'll see, either the support trend channel will take down my stop loss. That's just speculative trade, it will fail. That's life, it happens. Otherwise, we already tested the 50 moving average in here, which means next up is breaking it down. So there is a breakout trade to take care of near that support area, and you definitely want to take this one. If you're a low risk profile, you're not taking the speculative trade. You will wait for prices to get there, somehow accumulate a bit, and breaking it down. All right. So wait for it. The dollar is definitely the next topic. Very interesting topic. It's hard to say what the fuck it will happen. Just have this one in your Googles. You really want to have to oversight this one. And it plays along, obviously, with Eurodollar, gold, and WTI. So I told you the WTI is an interesting trade today, kind of trendy. I gave you this one on Discord. I told you anytime we get to the 1 hour chart support context and need to go below, that's what we've done, we should find some support. So as you can see, taking profits, still no blue triangle, so you can expect somehow the market to digest in this area and push further below. This is the next push that you want to buy. Normally you want to have a clean signal, which means you need the goddamn blue triangle, and you're going to need a better signal than the profit taking. So overload, exit, whatever the fuck this could be, you take that. All right. And you need to wait for the blue triangle. No triangle, no fucking trade. If you do buy that shit not knowing what you're buying, then you see where problems will be down the corner. So you don't want to be doing such thing. Wait for the strategy to put itself in motion. So I'm just putting an alert, and what I care about is most likely, or no way, you know what, I'm going to be putting a better alert than that. So I'm going to put an alert on the triangle itself. So I want framework, bull confirmation, at bar close, it's greater than, value at 0. All right. So it is WTI H1 counter trend buy signal bearish range context. All right. So once again, this is a bearish range context, which means in this fucking range, you'd never ever fucking target more than 61% Fibonacci retracement, and you definitely want to lock on some gains anytime we reach out to the resistant context. So buying that shit means if it does that, great, then you profit take in here at least 50%. You don't forget to secure the gains on the trend channel, which means probably in here, this is where you're going to put your stop loss right below the lows. This is where you lock on your first gain, and don't forget that there is a maximum fucking profit taking. We go there, you're out. Whether you like it or not, this is the plan. Don't forget that those Fibonacci levels will update themselves if we make new lows, so don't take the pending levels we have right now, like 60.65. If we do have that at the moment, that doesn't mean we'll still have that by tomorrow if we make a new low. So don't forget these ones updates. Just adjust your targets depending what we do. First of all, we need to see if the trade has to be taken or not. It's absolutely not guaranteed at that stage. So the dollar, and finally, or AUDNZD is doing pretty much fine, but we're trading at the 4-hour resistant trend channel. So there is something we might want to do. We're overloaded and having a bearish reactivation signal over there. That doesn't mean we're going to reverse. This is a gray signal. So those who have low risk profile, you might want to lock on some 25, 15% profits in this area just to pay for your stop loss. And if it ever drops prices, then no worries, you'll still have a tiny little gain in the pocket, and the rest of it will be bought below those contexts. If we hold on to this area and breaking it up, which we tend to do at the moment, and the next stop is the resistant context, which is still bullishly oriented, and this is a beautiful, nice accumulation we have. Trend channel, context, trend channel, context, trend channel, context, which means next time breakout. We'll have a bullish, nice breakout on this asset, and this one will be strong, which means this one will be followed through by many fucking traders. We're going to break through the 50 average, and we're going to break through this context as well. which means nice and gorgeous trend along the way. So if we had to consolidate further in time just because of it, I wouldn't be surprised. If we go straight line because we're excited about it, I wouldn't be surprised. That's what we've been working for quite a long time. So if this one triggers, fine, let it go. What I care about is AUDUSD, because I think it's the one that's going to decide between those two. If AUDUSD wants to consolidate a little bit further, then we're probably going to have a longer extended range consolidation on AUDNZD. If we decide to go straight line because the dollar gets weaker and the AUD gets to be less weaker than it was, then normally we could have some strong reactivation on the AUDNZD. Finally, and I'm going to leave you guys with that, Tesla. I've been sending you a notification about this one. Look at the daily momentum. We're pretty much as low as we've ever been on this asset. Like, even if you scroll fucking back in time, this is what we've got. The only time we've got below such level was in here, and it was definitely a fucking dip to buy. So I would say, regarding this, yes, I think somehow Tesla must be profit taken somehow. I still have half my position in the game, and I'm seriously thinking about putting this one out. Because I think, yes, we could have a final bearish attack. Kind of, we're dying in here, we're lacking of any buyers, no good news, we've got nothing to fucking buy. So I would say, I'm expecting some final bearish reactivation to go look forward for this area. Which is because we're trading this support, and I think the market just wants to fuck that support. So like I said, I think we're probably going to go there just to fuck the support, and if we do, I just put in my market orders in the books just to make sure I'm executed. I think I put it $173. So if we go there, I'm out. All right, I'm profit taking. We'll just have done first profit taking and second profit taking in a straight line. And in that perspective, I don't want to be a seller anymore because of the harsh and violent bearish momentum we'll have in this asset. And once again, some people said Tesla is Phil is stupid. He just hates Tesla, hates Musk. He's going emotional with this trade. I mean, fuck you. I wasn't. And that's the good reason. I'm buying that shit eventually right now. So, like I was clear since the beginning, I don't give a shit about Musk. I don't give a shit about Teslas. I don't give a shit about you liking EVs or whatever this is. All I care about is that this thing was pretty fucking overpriced, and I never thought we would be handling this price anymore. So I thought it was worth selling the shit. Now I think we're looking at some potential buying entries, not necessarily right now, but I eventually will take like 3 to 4% capital in this asset, no more than that, because once again, Tesla has huge problems with debt. And if we're heading toward recession trades, then I don't necessarily want to hold a pretty fucking in-depth company. So if you take it, no more than 3 to 4% of your entire capital invested in there, because it could very well just disappear like that. Yes, it can vanish. People don't believe it, but yes, it can. I hardly believe it personally, to be honest. But I think for Bear's side trade, you definitely want to put an end to this pretty much sooner or later. So at least what I've been doing is that I've been putting my stop losses on top of the latest resistance. So if there is ever a strong pullback or whatever, I'm out as well. So just to be honest, we're finally finalizing this scenario. We're getting close to the final profit taking. It's been a fucking wicked scenario. Once again, some people just were pretty brutal at me when I triggered that scenario, were pretty nasty with me when I got a few stop loss in between when we're trading in the range. I mean, now we've got it. You know how much reinforcement I took. I sold here, sold the breakout. So yes, I'm definitely taking a huge gains in there. It was a good scenario. And this one, we played it all together, all along the way. So we're reaching out the final stages. Don't forget to lock on the gains. If you go any further than what you expected in a plan, then you're just not respecting your plan. So don't forget that respecting your goals is definitely absolutely necessary in trading. So I was targeting those areas. We're getting close to them. I will lock on my gains. If it ever goes any further than that, I don't nearly give a shit. Once again, if this thing collapse goes to $80 or something like that, then it will go to $80 fucking dollars without me. That's just simple as that. All right, I don't nearly give a shit. All I care about is that I risk manage to get to this area. It will happen. I'll take my gains and then move on. All right, I leave you guys with that. So watch out for the monthly candle close. Be really cautious if you do get to put your hands in the stock markets today. Otherwise, I'll see you guys again on Monday with a closed weekly candle and monthly candle. We'll have pretty much a lot of things to talk about on Monday.